60-plus years of riffs, riots, and ramshackle brilliance, Keith Richards has seen it all. He's swapped licks with everyone from Muddy Waters to Jack White, but there's one Styx man who still makes him wince. In a brand new 2025 sit-down, the human riff finally named the drummer he'd happily never share a stage with again. Spoiler, it's not who you'd expect. Grab a drink, settle in, and let's unpack the ego clashes, the blown takes, and the simmering feud behind Keith's least favorite backbeat. Close your eyes and picture the Stones. What's the first? Sound rattling around your skull? Charlie Watts' ride cymbal, right? That classy, almost jazzy swing that kept the world's slinkiest rock band locked tight. Keith's called Charlie the drummer who never overplayed, and that's high. Praise from a guy who's heard every show-off in the business. But Watts wasn't the only skin beater to cross Keith's path. Over the decades, there have been guests, fill-ins, and one outright headache. Let's meet the lineup before we name the migraine. Charlie wasn't a basher, he was a whisperer. One flick of the wrist and the whole band relaxed into the pocket. Keith still jokes that Charlie could swing in a straitjacket, and he means it as the ultimate compliment. From 1963 right up to his final show, Watts treated ego like a flat note. He simply didn't hit it. That humility is why Keith crowns him the best, and why every other drummer gets measured against an impossible yardstick. Jim Keltner dropped by when the Stones needed a looser New Orleans-y feel. Steve Jordan stepped in after Charlie's passing, adding a dash of funk without stepping on anyone's toes. Both passed the Keith test. Listen, lock in, leave the fireworks at home. Not everyone clears that bar, so who flunked? Mick Fleetwood, yes. The 6'6" wide-eyed heartbeat of Fleetwood Mac. Keith's exact wording? Playing with him was like trying to dance on a trampoline in a hurricane. Q dropped jaws across every guitar shop on earth. Flash back to the mid-70s. Both bands were holed up in the same Munich studio complex, swapping members for late-night jams. Keith wanted a straight four-on-the-floor freight train. Fleetwood wanted a tidal wave. One session dragged on past dawn because Mick kept stretching bars, dropping beats, chasing ghosts. Keith finally barked, "I need a pulse, not a goddamn sigh." Magic trick. They've never recorded together since. Keith calls the episode a masterclass in what not to do. He tightened his own internal metronome and doubled down on drummers who play for the song, not the spotlight. Fleetwood Mac, meanwhile, leaned into Mick's elastic sense of time. Think Tusk or Go Your Own Way, and sold a bazillion records. Different strokes, different folks. Ask Keith today and he'll grin. Every drummer teaches you something. Sometimes it's how to count to 4 without losing your temper. Bad sessions become war stories, and war stories become wisdom. That's the price of admission to rock and roll grad school. Got a drummer you think Keith would actually love? Drop the name in the comments. He might surprise you and read a few. From jazz-schooled swing to caveman stomp, rock drumming keeps shape-shifting. Every era borrows from the last, mistakes included. Keith's pet peeve, overplaying, has become a cautionary tale passed around studios like a well-worn cassette. Kids today grow up on YouTube, but they still study Charlie's ghost notes and, whether they know it or not, avoid Fleetwood's wandering blues. Dave Grohl pounds with caveman finesse, Chad Smith fuses funk muscle with stadium swagger. Both credit the Stones for showing that space matters more than fills. At 81, Keith still plugs a Telecaster into a tweed amp and grins when the crowd loses its mind. Ask about drummers and he'll light another cigarette, cackle, and say, "Give me someone who hits the snare like it owes him money." The fire hasn't dimmed. If anything, the filters are gone. Legends clash, tempers flare, but the song survives. Keith's swipe at Fleetwood isn't a burial. It's a reminder that chemistry is fragile. For every rock-solid Charlie Watts, there's a wild card who makes you question the very concept of time. And in that friction, believe it or not, rock and roll keeps breathing. So next time you cue up Jumpin' Jack Flash, pour one out. for the drummers who keep the engine humming, and for the one who almost threw a rod.